Rob Lindsay here. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Bomb Money. We're a decentralized finance firm that are on a mission to become the largest and safest crypto staking platform in the world by 2025. We're one of the most established teams in DeFi, and we have a track record for trust and transparency. One of the big things that we're focusing on at the moment is preparing for the launch of our revolutionary mobile app that's going to help us break down the barrier to entry for those that are new to crypto and help them earn high yields. This is going to be powered by our very own blockchain, Bomb Chain, and that'll provide full transparency and verifiability, meaning that our investors will have full confidence that their funds are safe. Today, I'm joined here by our CEO and founder, Aaron Shames. And given it's been a bit of a crazy week in the DeFi space with some recent developments with yield nodes, we wanted to just jump on and talk about, I guess, recent developments in the space, but with a particular focus on what we should all be looking out for when jumping into crypto projects, making sure that we keep ourselves safe. And this isn't with any ill intent, of course, to the yield nodes team, but actually, whenever something like this happens, it's important for everyone, but particularly those running DeFi projects, to consider what the learnings are. Okay, Aaron, if you wouldn't mind then just kicking off by providing a bit of an overview of what's been going on in the DeFi space over the last week.
It's been a really rough week for a lot of people in DeFi. Yield Nodes project that's been around for 3 years. They've been very stable for 3 years. Out of nowhere, they've locked all withdrawals. So anybody who had any funds invested in yield nodes is now, who knows what's going to happen with their funds. Best case scenario, in a year and a half, 2 years, they could potentially get their funds out. And it's been a devastating week for anyone in yield nodes.
So Aaron, what were your thoughts on how the situation was handled and what, in your view, could have been done better?
Well, my approach is that, your current investors are, you work for them. They're the ones that should have been consulted, regardless what was going on with the assets. I'm sure the team had, great intents, but when things start going south, the investors are the first ones that need to be consulted, and they need to be given the options. They need to be told, what's going on, and give them some options as to, what they can do with that. And the fact that there seemed to be some poor communication between the team. There was deposit bonuses that were going out, on their socials a few hours prior to the notice that all withdrawals and all funds were locked. It's just really not a good look for the whole industry and for yield nodes themselves.
So Aaron, what are some of the key things that you would suggest that investors, when they're considering jumping into a new project, are alive to?
So I think one of the most important things is that the project itself is not only on a decentralized blockchain, but the actual governance and control of that ecosystem or project is fully decentralized. And what I mean by that is that there's no entity that can lock funds up. There's no entity that can blacklist a wallet. There's been a couple high-profile examples lately of locked funds that have been locked for a very long time. So that's something that you definitely want to watch out for, that ability. And another thing that you really want to watch out for is anything that's growing constantly. If something is always growing despite the market conditions, it's a red flag.
So Aaron, why do you feel that it's important for DeFi projects to do things in the right way?
I feel strongly that, all of DeFi is one large community. We're all fighting the same battle here. And, whenever there's a project that, intentionally or not harms investors, it's a bad look for the entire industry. And, for an industry that's innovating so much and bringing so much good to the world, it's really, it's painful to see these negative events occur across the space.
So Aaron, could you just outline how at Bomb Money we make sure that we do the right things for our investors?
Definitely. So right since day one of launching the Bomb Money protocol, it's always been a number one priority to keep investors' funds safe. That's reflected in our Bomb Money overall strategy. We, execute on this in many different ways. All of the code that we use is extremely battle tested. We get all of our code audited. We're 100% transparent. Everything happens on the blockchain. Everything is decentralized. We don't have control over pausing contracts or blacklisting wallets. And this is a large reason why. This is the main reason why we're launching Bomb app on Bomb Chain, so that we can have a centralized staking solution without the problems that people have seen over the last year with some of these other companies that have gone insolvent due to there just being no transparency as to what's going on with the funds that they're holding, right? So having all the funds on Bomb Chain, fully transparent, everybody will be able to see exactly what's going on with the funds.